Lots of opinions on this handheld clothing steamer. So I've had this for a couple years now. I love this steamer. I think it works great. I will never go back to regular ironing again. We don't have room for an ironing board in our home. We don't use it often enough. And so I was looking for another option, and this has been great. So let's show you how it works. So here's the top portion. You twist it like a quarter of a turn, and the top comes off. Excuse me. Then you have this open compartment. I guess it's on both sides. You can see inside, and you can see there's a line right there that says max. That is your line indicator for the max to fill it. So I'll fill it full or partial way depending on how many iron items I'm steaming. So I'm gonna fill it up just a little bit and show you guys. So there you can see, I've only filled it to like right there. Take the top, there's like little line indicators, like right there, there's 2 dashes, and right there, there's 2 dashes, and then you can see right there and right there. So that's where you're gonna line it up. Oh, there, you're gonna line it up, and then you're gonna lock it in place. So it even has like a lock, unlock on it here, so you can see where, so it says open and close, so where the lock and unlock, like now it's lining up to open, and now it's lining up to close. So get that in place, and then go ahead and plug it in. It's got a pretty good length of cord, I would say 4 or 5 feet long, which is nice. So it's plugged in, still nothing's happening. Then you're gonna turn the button on. So the way this works is there's a hot plate at the bottom, and the hot plate gets hot, brings the water to a boil. So the water will start making a couple different sounds indicating 1, that it's working, and 2, that it's ready. Can you hear a little bit of a sizzle? That's the sound saying it's getting hot. The water is starting to boil. Because I know I'm only gonna do 1 item, I don't need to fill it and heat all this water. Plus it'll take more time for it to be ready. So if I'm looking for this to be super fast, I would put a little bit of water in. It only takes 2 minutes to heat all of this water, even if I did fill it up. So you can hear the water's coming to a boil. That sound kind of slows down. You can hear it start to roll a little bit, like if you're boiling water in a pan. And then you can kind of see right here, do not put your hand in front of this. You can see right here, you got steam now. And that louder boil kind of quieted down. That means it's ready. So I have, there you go. Can you see the steam right here? And then let me see if I can bring you a little bit closer. This is gonna be a little tricky because the shirt's already been steamed a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll pull the fabric straight, and you just run it up and down the fabric. Oh yeah. Just run it up and down the fabric. It's so easy. It's so quick. I've taken this when I've traveled before just because it's so small. It travels really easy. I've used this in a pinch. Like, it's super fast. Like, you can do it at the last minute. I like that I can do it while my items are hanging because I feel like that puts a little bit less pressure on my back than working with an iron. And then for these bottom portions, I think they're kind of, so I'll just pull them straight a little bit with my fingers and then work right above them and making sure I'm not getting my fingers in the way. This does get very, very hot. But I can even get the very ends of the fabrics that tend to kind of curl up. I can even get that nice and straight. It just gets the fabric warm, which releases the wrinkle instead of smashing the wrinkle. So I feel like sometimes, like especially like a fabric like this where it has these pleats, it's really hard with an iron because to try to get in here, but then like I kind of did it right there. So like you're flattening it out to try to get this as smooth as possible, but you're accidentally creating maybe another fold right here, and then you're flattening that with the iron. But when you use the steamer, it's just, you don't have to go over it the same way. It's not smashing anything down, so it's not creating new wrinkles in the same way. I don't have to fully flatten things. I can just kind of separate them and do this a little bit and just get in there, but it's releasing the wrinkles without making creases in other places, even though the fabric's not like totally flat, if that makes sense. So I would highly recommend this. You're gonna know kind of when it's running out because the steam, you can't see the steam. I don't know if you can see the steam. The steam will stop coming out. You can see by the indicator, like right now I'm running out. I'm getting low. And then usually what I do is when I'm completely finished, I shut it off. I kind of give it a second to cool down and to stop bubbling. And then I'll take the lid right off, and if I do happen to have any water in there, I just dump it into my sink. I had just a few drips. I'll dump it into my sink. I will leave this off so it can completely dry on the inside. It can completely dry out here, and once everything's dry and clean, I just wrap this up around it and I throw it in our linen closet and done. So highly, highly, highly recommend this. It's been a great product.